As we get ready for markets this week, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to a couple of key data points. On Tuesday, we have big tech and a lot of other companies that are reporting. I'm going to get into that in just 1 second. But we also have to make sure that we're paying attention to Thursday and Friday. As on Thursday, we'll get more economic data as to what is going on with the GDP. Are we increasing or are we decreasing? What's going on here with the economic state? Then we're also going to get on Friday what's going on with PCE. This is going to give us some more information as to what's going on with inflation. Are we still on a downward trajectory, or is inflation spiking back up with some of these factors? Now, as we're looking at earnings, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to Microsoft. They've been on a more than 19% increase year to date in their share price. So we're expecting them to at least come in line or possibly beat projections for the quarter. But if Microsoft's earning is down, I can guarantee you the rest of big tech will probably take a downshift. Now, y'all see that we are in an uptrend, so we can possibly come back down and retest this 306 if earnings is not as bad as predicted. But if it's really good, I would expect us to break this 321 zone and move up to about 331, as there would be a lot of bullish sentiment in the market because Microsoft just had good earnings. So we also have some data coming out for Google. Google will also be reporting. They have a $1.07 earnings estimate for the previous quarter. We also have Enphase Energy. Enphase Energy has been a trade that I have played multiple times this year. I've shown you guys that on Twitter. If you guys aren't following my Twitter link is down in the description, so make sure y'all go check that out. But Enphase Energy has been a fantastic company. They beat on their previous earnings. I'm expecting them to beat again, so this should be a good trade going forward. And they've actually been on a downtrend for most of this year and the end of last year. So let's see how they react to that. General Motors is also going to be reporting. This is going to have some pretty big implications for General Motors and Ford. Both of those move kind of in the same line. So I would expect any kind of plays that are going on with General Motors to also have some sympathy towards Ford. McDonald's has recently been running into all-time highs. So we've got to make sure that McDonald's is coming in and beating or coming in line with that $2.32 per share earnings. So right now, with the strength that McDonald's has been showing, if they end up like not doing what they're supposed to do, I can probably say that the SPY is going to end up reacting negatively towards that. I feel like McDonald's has been one of the companies that have been holding it up, as well as other big tech companies. We also have the Next Era Energy. You guys know I've been preaching on utilities. I'm curious to see what their earnings comes at. We also have Sherwin-Williams, Texas Instruments, UPS, Verizon Communications, and Visa. Visa is one that I'm going to be paying attention to because I'm currently playing American Express. I believe that American Express had better than expected earnings. They did miss, I think, on overall sales, but I do think that their earnings per share wasn't that. Actually, I think they ended up beating on earnings per share. I've got to go back and look. But I do believe that they are on an upward trajectory. I do expect Visa to come in and have some pretty strong earnings that people have been using their credit card more. So if Visa does well, I do expect American Express to probably have some sympathy off of this play. Now, let's take things over to the SPY. I want to show you guys where we are, show you guys about, like, this uptrend that we're in on SPY. And if these big companies can end up beating on earnings, we can probably break through this 417 zone. You guys can see we rejected it here and we rejected it here. I'm always preaching about how I like to play price off of zones that are super obvious, right? This 417, rejection, support, rejection. I like seeing these price zones where I know price has touched and reacted to multiple times. So I'm definitely eyeing that 417 zone. I want to see how we react off of there. We've rejected it before, making it known that it's resistance. If we can get some positive earnings, that we might finally crack that and make it through. If we don't, then I will probably say that our trend line will probably end up getting retested somewhere around 396, 394, and we'll probably end up moving our way back down into the 380 zone. This is depending on what's going on with earnings. As well, this is a trifecta, right? Because we do have GDP and we have PCE. So if all three of these things come in negative, it's going to be looking tough for the stock market. I'm going to let y'all know right now. But if it's positive, we might have enough juice to make it to that next leg. So that's what we're really looking at if we're bulls and bears, right? What is the data telling us? What is the story telling us? What is the narrative? What is it that we can make from this? At this point, the market is kind of in a standstill. So we got to figure out, okay, well, which data is actually going to hold weight, right? So these are some of the things that I'm looking forward to this week. I do expect Microsoft to have some good earnings, but I'm not necessarily expecting that they beat. We have a lot of companies that are reporting this week. Tuesday probably has some of the most notable companies, but don't think that Wednesday and Thursday and Friday don't have some other companies that might move the market a little bit. So a lot of things to be paying attention to this week. I hope you guys are ready. As always, if you guys are enjoying the content and like some of the data that I'm providing you guys, man, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keeps me motivated to make sure that I keep on putting out this content for you guys, showing my trades, showing you guys my analysis coming into the week. And you know what I'm saying? It all helps build the community, man. But like I said, make sure y'all are ready this week. It's your favorite investor, man. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And remember to always protect the capital. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.